today, Kevin Eastman, co-creator of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I'm talking to all the fans on Comic Cult TV.
What's up, everyone? It's Anna, that Star Wars girl.
And I'm teen sensation Billy Tucci.
And you guys are watching Comics Cult.
Yo, what's up? This is Frega Boom. That's right. You are watching Comic Cult TV. Like and subscribe if you haven't. Do it now.
Greetings and salutations, and welcome to the last edition of Comic Cult TV right before Christmas 2022. We are joined by a very special and honored guest. Some would say a modern day version of Stan Lee, responsible for most of the hottest comics coming out week in and week out. You know, we love him, we shill him, we stand behind what we push. The man, the myth, the legend, the owner of Comics Elite, CE Live, Artist Elite. I gotta know what the hell Level Up Gaming is. Merc Publishing, you know, we love Merc, and Legends Publishing. If that isn't enough, Shawn, Hudachko.
What's up, guys? How's it going? Hey, I tell you, I'll never, never been compared to Stan Lee, and I will not own that at all. That man is amazing. I'm just a dude in his house. But yeah, appreciate it, man.
I said it. I stand behind it. Phil,
no, every single thing you got there is super impressive. Usually, us military guys, we retire, we get out, we go start selling T-shirts. So you doing all of this stuff is pretty awesome.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I always tease, and my wife has to remind me. She's like, "You're retired, right?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I forget."
What's going on, Phil? What you drawing for us today?
Today, with Christmas coming around the corner, I got a little Christmas design I'll be working on. You guys will be able to see the process and find out what it is as I work on it.
Is it a giveaway? I mean, it is Christmas.
It could be.
Okay. We'll see what's what.
Oh,
but
man.
yeah, right. So, guys,
Right.
we always talk about it, but we've had Drew Dolan, we've had Fraga on, and now this guy, this Marine, you know, because once a Marine, always a Marine. Thank you for your service.
No problem. Thank you.
Is responsible for most of the best comics that we've got, that we shill on this show, that we got on the rack, whether it's Born of Blood, whether it's Miss Meow, Death Rage, Artist Elite, The Glopple, Bone Check. I mean, all the energy and vibrant colors and just overall fun comics we haven't seen since Image. What made you get into this, man? I mean, you had a storied career in the military, and now you're going to make funny books.
Well, you know, I started as I was just a flipper, you know, in the Marine Corps. I was just I was going to cons, and Facebook was kind of in it's not really infancy, but you know, groups were just getting started and that kind of stuff. And I would post on Facebook like, "Oh, I went to this con, look at this thing I got," and then I'd have people hit me up left and right. "Oh, bro, can you get me one? Can you get me one?" And they'd be like, "Sure, man." And next thing you know, I got a whole list of stuff I'm picking up for people, and I'm like, "Man, I can't just do this for free." I was like, "Hey, man, I'll do it, but throw me an extra $10 or $5." And next thing you know, I'm hiring somebody to help me carry shit around, and then, you know, I'm shipping stuff when I get home. It's a lot of work, and then, you know, that turned into, shit. I looks like I need to hire somebody to ship stuff out, and then I stopped selling on eBay, and then I started in these Facebook groups. That's kind of where Comics Elite started. It's interesting, you know, won't get into all that crap. That'll be another episode maybe, but Comics Elite started as a Facebook group. And then I retired from the Marine Corps. Said, you know, I think I can do this comic thing full time. And I took a job at a ROTC, teaching high school at a ROTC, teaching ROTC at a high school for a year. And then I said, you know what, man, like this comic thing's blowing up, and I decided to take the jump and actually open up a brick and mortar. And from there, it's turned into, you know, Comics Elite, and then it was just the group, and then the Facebook page and the website and the storefront. And, you know, I started the publishing companies because I got tired of being told no by DC and Marvel. You know, we were doing Marvel and DC exclusives left and right. And like, "Oh, hey, I want to do Catwoman on a motorcycle with a shot from behind, like up from the tires, so you can see her ass." "Oh no, that got disapproved by editorial." "Oh, come on, man. Hey, let me do a Black Cat doing this with Spider-Man." "No, it's disapproved." And I was like, you know what, man? I want to do my own comics where I can just put whatever I want to on the covers. You know, so instead of bitching about it, make your own. You know, so during COVID, I was talking to Jamie Tyndall because I started to make really good relationships with these artists. And me and Jamie would meet up. He lived in St. Louis. I lived in Indianapolis. We would drive and meet in Illinois to do signatures and that kind of stuff. And then we just started having one of those talks about, we all have them. Hey, wouldn't it be cool if this? And wouldn't it be cool if that? And next, we're looking at each other and he's like, wouldn't it be cool if we had a character that did this? I was like, yeah. And then what if this character did that? Next thing you know, we're looking at each other and I'm like, why don't we just do this? Like, I got marketing. I can do this. We just got to get the books printed. Oh, we can get a printer here. Like, let's try it, man. Screw it. Let's give it a shot. So we started Merc. We started Miss Meow. Miss Meow was Jamie's idea. Death Rage was my idea. Catfight was my idea. And then he hired Murphy. Murphy was already working for Jamie at the time. And then we got her to write a lot of the stories and the plot for the first issues. And her and Jamie were creating the comics there. And she lived in St. Louis. After about a year and the first Kickstarters were blowing up, Murphy was like, you know what? I feel like I need to move and be close to Shawn to really make this thing happen. So good on her. She uprooted herself and moved to Indiana, right here in Greenwood. And she's been, if anyone's been running Merc, it's been Murphy for the last, 2 years. We just launched today our 2nd year anniversary cover for Miss Meow. It's been 2 years. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Very
Congrats.
Cool. Yeah, we just launched our. Yeah, it's really cool. So, she wrote a lot of it. We got a great editor now. Aaron Sparrow's our main editor. We got Joe Corallo, fantastic editor on Born of Blood series. And then I knew Drew from when I opened the store in Indianapolis. Drew would just come around with his brother and we'd just shoot the shit and hang out. I'd be laying carpet in the floor, down there putting these carpet squares in, and him and his brother were shooting the shit about DC and this and that and whatever. And, years later, we're sitting in my office and I was like, another one of those, wouldn't it be cool moments? I was like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we had like these like gladiator type chicks that were like, they did this and did that and they fought, and it'd be really cool. It'd be like a really cool Red Sonja. Because Red Sonja at the time was really lame. Red Sonja does some shit. Red Sonja does some more shit. Red Sonja does some more shit. Like, nothing matters. Like, let's make a comic that actually has some consequences to it. So, Drew had won a couple local comic book writing competitions, and I was like, hey, man, you want to write this? And he's like, yeah, I'll totally give it a shot. Gave me a couple script ideas, and next thing you know, we have Born of Blood.
Sells phenomenally. It's one of our.
Oh, man.
I mean, no lie, he's not paying me to say this. It's easily in our top 3 ordered books in our shop. We're not big time by any sorts of imagination, but it's pushing double digits, closer to that 75, 80 copy mark.
That's great, man.
He comes on all the time, does a great job selling his book. I mean, it's an easy sell. It's just a fun book. It's
such a good story. I mean, I just read, I get to see all the issues, and I just, approved all of issue 4. Being finally done and getting off to the printers. And we're having a big writers retreat here, actually at my house. I'm hosting it here in Greenwood. We're having all the writers come out. We're flying our editors out. We're going to have a big, beginning of the year kind of fleshing out ideas for new series and new things we're going to do. And man, Born of Blood, we got at least Cameron Johnson, writer of Bone Check, and Freezer Burn. He's got a great pitch for a series coming out of Born of Blood.
Oh, really?
Oh man, I can't. I'm standing behind this one big time. I'm in love with it. It's so good, and it takes so long to make these things. You got to script it out, and you got to hire the artist, and you got to get the pencils and inks and approve it, and then the letters, and then this doesn't make sense. You got to change this and change that, and it's just so much. It's so much slower. That's the biggest thing I had to learn was just I'm used to I got a cover, boom, we're gonna release it next week. Now it's like this is coming out in March. Oh, well, we better get started on it in October. It's nuts. But yeah, I've been very fortunate, man. I have such a great team. I can't do this shit without them. It's Jamie and his design ideas, and Murphy is the she's grown so much and everything she's doing there at Merc. I mean, the titles I could give her, CFO, managing editor, chief operations officer. It's crazy the titles I could give her,
Nice.
She's crushing it over there. And it's just awesome to see it all happen. Then Legends spun out of Merc because, Merc is just all the Merc contained universe stories. Everything ties together. Even Born of Blood Spoiler alert, it's going to wind up tying into Miss Meow. I'm not going to tell you how yet, but Miss Meow and Death Rage are all going to tie together. They're all Spartans, right? No secret there.
Yep.
So that's all going to tie together somehow in the big picture here in a few issues. So, Legends is all the books that we want to publish that don't fit into that universe. So Glopple, Bone Check, Freezer Burn, Angel of Blood. We kickstarted Angel of Blood. We actually re-kickstarted Angel of Blood. It was done once a while ago. We did a special edition with some different covers on it. That's going to be coming out too early next year. Carnal Confessions from Sora Sung is coming out also. So Legends is all that stuff. Guns and Angels Kickstarter is going to launch tomorrow.
I was just seeing that,
yeah, new series from Jamie and I. We got a great writer on that. Jesse is writing it. Jesse Snyder, so good, man. It's just so good. We're doing so much stuff. I'm so excited about it. So the hardest thing now is just slowing down. Like, okay, slow down. We have too many good ideas. Like, okay, all right. Time out, guys. Time out.
You had something, Squirrel? I didn't mean to step on your back.
No. It's just pulling all the different publishing companies. You're doing that specifically to bring these new things that don't fit into Merc. Like you're saying, you're like, there's no other reason. These ones are going to be published by Legends because they don't fit in the Merc publishing lineup, right?
Yeah. We had some really long talks about, do we just make an imprint? Scout has Black
Scout
Caravan
Kids,
or whatever.
Yeah.
Scoot, and they have a Black Caravan. Like, do we want to do an imprint or do we want to and then we decide we need to just complete a completely separate brand because, Glopple's a kid's book.
Yeah.
We don't want somebody associating Glopple with, a topless cover of Catfight. You know what I'm saying?
I smell a variant.
No, I do like the Glopple covers though. The next what was it, number 2 has that Spider-Man homage cover.
Yeah, pretty cool homage.
Yeah. I'm gonna level with you. When I heard you were starting Legends, I was going like, wait a minute. Last time I saw something like this happen was with Liefeld and Image and Maximum Press. So it kind of sets off those bells and alarms. But thanks for clearing that up. That it just doesn't fit the, I guess, genre.
Yeah,
is the term we're looking for.
Yeah, it's stuff that doesn't. I mean, Guns and Angels is gonna have some sexy lady covers on it. But we also have Bone Check, which is a horror title.
That's a comic book.
Man, wait till you guys read Freezer Burn that Cameron's doing. It's coming out pretty soon. That's a horror title. Glopple is a kid's book. So those aesthetics we don't want to try to mix them all together too much. We don't want a mom that's interested in the Glopple to go to the website and see, certain colors on there. Yeah, they're like, oh man, what is this? So we're trying to keep them separate. Plus the creators appreciate that too. Some of them don't want, the owner of the Glopple, he's a great guy, Matt. He's a fantastic dude, very Christian guy too.
Oh, wow.
I just don't. And hey, that's cool, man. I fought for 24 years to believe whatever you want.
Amen.
And I respect his belief. So, I'm not going to force him to put his title on a website that's got bazoombas all over it. It's about just respecting what these guys have created. There's a lot of guys. You go through Artist Alley at a convention. There's a lot of great stuff that these guys have put their heart and soul into to create, and they just don't have an outlet to publish some of the stuff. So, what I tell people, I say, look, man, if you're open to some constructive criticism, because people ask me all the time, hey, man, we take a look at my book. And I'm like, hey, I'll take a look at it, but I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to be totally honest with you. I'm going to tell you what I like, and I'm going to tell you what I don't like. And some people are too sensitive to hear the stuff that they don't like.
Wow.
But
imagine that, right?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, again, not to ramble here, but Cameron, first time I met him was probably 2 to 3 years ago. He came to Comics Elite. We were at Indiana Comic-Con. One of my live sale managers, Ernie, invites him to come back to the store. We do the sketch jam at the store at the evening of Indiana Comic-Con. We invite some artists back. We go live on Facebook, and you can get a sketch cover jam piece with these, 6 to 7 different artists on it. Cameron comes back, and I was like, hey, man, you want me to give you some tips? I said, again, hey, I don't know shit. This is just me. I'm just a dude. I'm just a dude, man. You can take what I say and tell me to F off, or you can take what I say and say, that's awesome, thanks. Give as much credit to it as you want to. Here's what I see in your work. Work on this, work on that. This could be better. Fix this. I like this. I don't like that. This is fantastic. This sucks. He listened to everything I had to say. He came back. I saw him again a year later at the convention. I was like, dude, this stuff is great. What are you doing? He's like, I did what you told me. I was like, holy crap. made me feel good because I was like, yeah, maybe I do know what I'm talking about a little bit, you know.
Nice.
I'm not an idiot. And then just seeing the kid grow so much, man. And now Cameron is just such an epic talent. You know, he gets better and better every month, every day. I keep seeing him grow and grow. And you know, a lot of these people are my friends. Sora Sung, I've known her for years. I'm so happy to be able to bring Carnal Confessions out to stores, you know, on a mass scale. Matt is just a great guy, you know. So anyway, I love working with people and giving people constructive. There's a lot of titles I've rejected straight up, just like, look, this just isn't good. It needs work. You know, the good and bad thing about comics, guys, the good and bad thing about comics is anybody can do them. Anybody
True.
can do them. It's good because anybody can get their creative mind out there, but it's also bad because, like, how many times do you hear someone be like, oh, I made a comic. You're like, cool, let me see it. And you're going like, it's terrible. You know, hey, not to judge your comic, but I'm judging your comic, bro. This is terrible, man. It's all subjective. Art's subjective, right? What I think it may suck, someone else may think is fantastic. But what I'll say is, hey, this won't sell. It won't sell to a mass scale. It may be fantastic. Your friends tell you they love it. Your mom tells you she loves it. That's cool, but I can't sell this. I wish you all the best. I just can't sell it.
Yeah.
Now that doesn't mean it sucks. It just means I can't sell it. And I have a very specific market. You know, this is just what I've learned from Comics Elite, from Merc Publishing through Legends Publishing, you know, seeing stuff in Lunar, getting those numbers back, comparing them against other numbers that I know, seeing what stores buy, et cetera, et cetera. You know, I get a pretty good gauge of what'll sell, what won't sell, what works, what doesn't work. You know, I mean, look at the Aftershock news in the last couple of days.
I was just going to bring that up.
I know Joe Pruitt so well, man. He's a friend of mine, personal friend of mine, and it's so sad to see, you know, them face that stuff. But it's tough. The direct market is tough.
Yeah,
real tough.
With the news of Aftershock, for those that don't know, they declared bankruptcy. A lot of the creators weren't getting paid, so you know, as a lot of businesses do, they declare bankruptcy. What separates a company like Merc or Legends from a company like Aftershock? I mean, obviously the content is apples and oranges, you know, night and day, but I think the proof is in the pudding, whereas the market will sustain Miss Meow, Born of Blood, Death, Rage. Some of the, I don't want to say woke, but damn it, it's woke. You know, it's
well, you know,
the wayside.
Yeah, a lot of stuff. Man, Aftershock did put out some great stuff. I was looking in the comments here, James. I agree, man. They put out some great. I've done lots of variants for Aftershock. You know, it's we're just different. That's what separates us. Is we're different. We will kickstart something first, and we'll make all of our money back on the Kickstarter. So by that time, there's like no risk.
Yeah,
you know,
playing with house money.
We will make. We will make sometimes, no exaggeration, we'll make 10 to 20 times on Kickstarter what we make from the direct market in Lunar. Wow. So why would you not kickstart? But then again, Kickstarter is not for everybody. Yeah, so you can take a great, some Aftershock stuff could go in Kickstarter and fall on its face. Yeah. You know, after Kickstarter is a very, in my experience, it's very specific type of comic buyers on there, and really it's the guys looking for some of the sexy stuff. Yep. You know, if the stuff isn't sexy, I see it all the time. It just doesn't do very well. Horror and sexy will do well in Kickstarter.
Well, that just answered one of my other talking points here, was the crowdfunding versus the brick and mortar. But now that you said that, I mean, yeah, it's
well, yeah. Well, what you got to do, man, is you just got to maximize that property. So let's say I have a comic, right? Mm-hmm. It's a product. Any good businessman knows I have a product. How can I make the most money from this product without whoring it out so much the fans are rolling their eyes going, really? Another variant again? Like, what else are you going to do with this?
Batman book.
Yeah, we don't go full Dynamite.
Yeah, exactly. With all, you know, I love Nick too, but man, some of those variants, like, come on, bro.
You get like a 1 in 7, a 1 in 10, a 1 in 15, all the way up to medals and like
the red
FOC 1 in 10s, you know,
the big variant. Don't forget that.
The red variant, the glowy variant, the other glowy variant, the ultraviolet variant, the sketch variant.
Oh yeah, those ultraviolet variants.
But hey, you know, he's trying to. So you know, if I have a comic, I can take that and I can do a Comics Lead exclusive with it. We can do a online exclusive with it through Merc. We can do a convention exclusive with it. We can kickstart it. We can do a convention mystery box with it, and we can have all these different variants with it. So I have that one product. I paid for the interiors, the lettering, the art, the colors, whole 9 yards, editing. I paid for all that one time, and then I can go back to that well and hit it for this and this and this and this and this, and then you move on to the next issue. Once you've maximized it, again, enough to where you've made money and a profit to where you're a sustainable company, to where you have enough money to pay your rent, pay your employees, and then pay for the next one to be made. Now that's a success. Then you make the next one, then you make the next one, then you make the next one. It's just doing one and then going to the next and to the next. There's some companies out there, they're doing an issue one and going straight to trade. Who was doing that? I don't want to misspeak. Vault or somebody for a while. They were putting on an issue one. There would be no issue 2, 3, or 4, straight to trade paperback. Because the decline from issue 1 to 2 is huge.
At least 30%. At least. Yep.
Oh man, we expect 60. We expect a 60% decline. So anyway, I'm talking boring number shit,
No, that's great.
It's a big thing. I know I've done it several times, jumped on a number 1 and read it, and it's like, yeah, I'm definitely not doing a number 2.
Yeah, well, and again, so the number 1, either 2 things bring people in. The covers will bring you in, right? That's a hot cover. Let me get that for a cover buy. Or it's an issue 1 that'll bring you in. You got one shot to get that story right. You got one shot to get those people's attention to want to bring them back for issue 2. Let's say someone likes the cover for issue 3. Oh, that's a great cover. Let me pick it up. You hope they read it because you want them to go back and want to get issue 2 and get issue 4. Yeah.
And wanted to ask you too on the second printings. It was a specific choice to limit them to only 1,200, or is there a different reason behind it?
Yep. No, there's a few reasons for it. The first reason for it is we print. It's weird how the comic publishing works, and this is going to sound scary to some people, but I'll explain to you why it happens. So, the more you print, the cheaper it is. Mm-hmm. That's just the way of the game, right? Mm-hmm. The more you print, it's just like bulk buying in bulk anything. A lot of publishers, and people don't want to know this, they will order the second and third printing when they order the first printing. They order it all at the same time. The only difference is a barcode. Think about it. What's the difference on that comic? The barcode? There's a 2 at the end of the second printing. There's a 3 at the end of the third printing, right? Mm. You can order as many barcodes as you want. I could go to barcodes.com or whatever the website is right now and order barcodes for up to 15 printings of a comic. If I only use 7 of them, whatever, I use 7 of them. So we looked at our numbers. I had to see what do we think we were going to sell, and then we placed the order. We were ready to push the button. We didn't order them before it was announced, but we had it all ready to go. And I said, we're going to do 1,200 because you want to create a little bit of excitement behind the second printing too. You want to make it a little bit collectible. Mm-hmm. So, because I'm a collector at heart, man, I'm a collector. If I get something, I want to know it's going to have a little bit of value to it somehow. And the best way I could do it with the second and third printings was to limit them to a number I thought was enough to where everybody could get a copy that wanted one, but they weren't just printed ad nauseum forever and ever and ever. Mm. So I felt like 1,200 was a fair number. There's roughly 2,000-3,000 comic shops, and shame on me for not knowing the exact number. But I figured based on our numbers, I felt 1,200 was enough to limit them. And every store that wanted copies got copies. Every store. We said they could be allocated. We didn't have to do any allocations whatsoever. Nice. Every store that wanted them got some. And there may or may not be some available in Lunar still. It just depends. And we're trying to keep them in Lunar so when Miss Meow 6 and 7 comes out, because 7's in the works right now, people can still go back and be like, you know what, I never got issue 3. I missed issue 4. I missed issue 1. There'll still be a printing out there available for people to buy in Lunar until the trade comes out. Trade should be out soon for the first 5 issues.
Are you going to always be exclusive to Lunar, or do you foresee one day going to Diamond?
I have no desire to go to Diamond ever. None. Lunar's been good to us. They're good people. They came to me and established a personal relationship with me as a store owner. No one from Diamonds ever came. And not only that, but just, the issue as a store owner, I had more problems with Diamond than I ever had with Lunar. Lunar always packaged their books fantastically. Yep. I always got my books early. I never had a delayed shipment. I would never. I can't tell how many times with Diamond I would have. Oh, I ordered 2,000 cover B of Venom. Oh, I got 0, but instead I got 2,000 of this other random issue that I never even ordered. And then I got to send it back, and I got to try to explain to my customers what happened. And now I'm the bad guy because my order's delayed. When's my stuff going to ship? Constantly with Diamond, constantly. Never had that problem with Lunar. Never. I don't even call in damages with Lunar because I just don't have any.
They're minute. I mean, you
Maybe
once in
one.
Yeah. You don't want to go to Penguin if you're dealing with damages, because that's a whole other fiasco.
Yeah, and I just, maybe we'll go to Penguin with Global Trade, and when we get to trade some of these books, we'll go through Penguin and talk to them. And we did have a couple of reps talk to me in New York and some other stuff from Penguin, but I have no desire to go to Diamond. Just don't.
Nice. Now, I was going to ask you, what you mentioned earlier that you were a flipper in the military. So had you been a Wednesday Warrior before serving?
Oh yeah, I had a pull list, huge pull list to the store. The guy hated to see me go. I had like $250 a week pull list.
See that, guys? See that? Get on that level.
Just I mean, I just love comics. I would be like, damn, I didn't read these, and I got these coming up, and eventually I had a really good shop out there in California where I was, and
who was it? What shop?
Oh my God, I knew you were gonna ask me that. Hey, I'm old, and it's been 7 years. So,
all right. Well,
there were a few of them out there. But I had a great shop out there, a great relationship with the dude. And he would order me whatever I wanted, and it came in no problem. And he gave me, I didn't get a huge discount. I knew he had a business to run, but he gave me like 20% off or something. And I could have went online to DCBS or Midtown or something, but I just love going into the store and having the chats and the talks and, did you read this, or how's this going? Or, and that's when variants were more of a big deal back then too.
Yeah.
The Scotty Young variant, this variant, those were huge. People wanted those things.
I could see a Scotty Young Miss Meow variant.
Scotty's so tough. He's got so much of his own stuff going on. I'm going to try.
So since you were a store owner, one of the good things that DC has done has been the returnability aspect. Now, just to pull the curtain back a little bit, not all DC titles are returnable, folks, so don't go getting all crazy. But that's really helped a lot of stores weather these turbulent times. Can you see a Merc going returnable at some point in the future?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Fair enough.
Nope.
Don't need it. Yep.
Yeah, I just, I'll expound upon that a little bit too. Some stores might get mad at me, but, I've never returned a comic. That's just me. I've never returned a comic. I know some stores that live and die by that returnability.
Yeah.
They live and die by it. And I understand the stores that are of the mentality of, hey, you want me to take a risk on your property, then you need to help me out a little bit. I get that.
Yeah.
I also see the other side of that. Like, hey, I'm putting out a pretty cool comic here. How far do you want me to go as a publisher? Do you want me to do all the advertising? You want me to give you preview copies? You want me to make some great covers? You want me to give you ratios? You want me to offer returnability? Do you want me to load up busfuls of customers and drive them to your store for you too?
That could help.
I mean,
that's the big thing that I see on that is the whole returnability thing. It kills the whole ratio market. Like if you're gonna for 100, get all these ratios and send back 99.
And that's what I would say is that's why I haven't done it, because I would put that policy in place. You want to return 50 copies, and I want my 2 125s back and my 1 in 50 back also.
Yeah. Yep.
Because I know tons of guys. Well, not tons, at least 5 off the top of my head. I'm not going to say any names. I know 5 guys at least that say, oh, it's a no risk #1 title or it's returnability title. I'm going to order 1,000 of these things. And then they sell the ratios. And then when the affidavit return comes, they just send all the covers back, strip covers, whatever they want, send them back.
Yeah. But there's a lot of publishers too that, live and die by that too. Oh, issue 1, it's a 1 in 250 ratio and it's fully returnable. They live by that. So it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah. Well, because then they get their printing numbers up high.
Yeah.
You got to see how the sausage is made. Now they get their printing numbers up high so they can order a shit ton of them. Right. So now their printing costs are low. They're getting like,
a big old
25 cents a copy, 10 cents a copy, some ridiculous, especially Marvel with their crappy toilet paper they're using. They can get their printing really low. So now they can order 10, 15, 20,000 copies, and it looks good on them too. Oh, look at our sales numbers for the year. Yay, look how many we sold. Yeah, how many were returned?
Yeah, this is true.
So I don't need to play. We don't need to play those games because we can do crowdfunding. We can do conventions. We can use our website to get enough sales to where we can stay afloat, and we don't have to play monkey flip games with retailers. If the fans want to order the book, by all means, order the book. We do some great ratio variants to try to support the stores.
Yeah.
You should be able to make some good money on the ratios. Hey, I understand if you want to go chase that 1 in 100, you may not sell 100 copies right off the bat. I've always found I can sell those copies when the next issue comes out, and the next issue comes out, and the next issue comes out. Then I can even offer a bundle of all 5 copies. I can offer a bundle of, now I still have these when the trade comes out. Sweet. Buy the trade, get the original ones for half off. You've already made your money by then. Now you can just sell them at cost, and you're still in the green. But that's the problem. A lot of retailers won't do that. I call them, they're lazy retailers. They just want the comics to show up, people to walk in the door, they buy and they check out, they leave. They don't want to have to put any work into anything.
Good point.
Anyway,
I appreciate you coming on, and I know it's late where you're at, and you're a very, very busy man. But quickly before we bounce out of here, what's on tap for 2023, man? I know we talked about Legends, we talked about Merc.
Oh man,
but Black Ops, can we talk about Black Ops?
Sure. So I'll give you some teasers here. So we are working on a series stand-up for Merc. We're working on another series for Born of Blood.
Nice.
There will be a spin-off series of Born of Blood. We are working on a spin-off series of Miss Meow. Catfight will have her own series coming in also.
Sick.
Very excited about that. Death Rage is continuing on. Miss Meow is continuing on with their stories. The Legends is going to have Carnal Confessions has already been announced in Lunar for March. Freezer Burn will be announced very soon, probably in January. Catalog that may go to Kickstarter first. I'm not exactly sure. And then there's going to be another thing coming from myself and Jamie. Hey, thank you. Miss looks like a
Audrey.
Audrey. Okay. Hey, words are hard for me sometimes. Audrey, used to appreciate that. Appreciate the support. So Black Ops is going to be coming. So there's a comic now published through Black Ops called Power Hour. It's my own story that I've done. Drew's actually helped me write issue number 2. And I haven't announced this yet, but it's being drawn by the immortal Ali Garza. Is drawing the interiors for issue 2. They are fantastic. I can't wait to start showing some of those pages off. That'll be going to Kickstarter probably here in the next month or 2. We have 3 more titles coming through Black Ops Publishing. Jinkies is going to be coming. It's a parody of Scooby-Doo. We have Queens of Dixie. It's a parody of Dukes of Hazzard. And we have another property coming out called Jessica Zombie Hunter, parody of Roger Rabbit type stuff. So a lot of really cool stuff coming from Black Ops Publishing, going to Kickstarter first and then coming to stores later after the Kickstarters are done.
Okay, I'm getting the feeling that Merc is kind of like your superhero / Merc line, and Legends is kind of like your supernatural, almost Vertigo line. Am I warm here? Am I kind of getting?
Yeah, it's kind of a good way of looking at it. I mean, I never thought of it that way, but now that you make that analogy, you're pretty on the money, man. Like,
nice.
Like Legends is all the stuff that doesn't fit into the Merc universe, So all the Merc universe stuff fits into the Merc universe. They're all tied together. I mean, they're all Spartans, So keep reading those titles, and you're going to see here pretty soon how they all start fitting together even more than we thought they were going to.
Always. And just for the record, Audrey, the lady who timed in with the I Love Born of Blood, she's 98% responsible for our constant sellouts on Born of Blood. We can't keep it in stock.
Nice.
I mean, she's always pushing that book, and it doesn't hurt that it's a female pushing a book about a female to a bunch of nerds. I mean, fanboys.
Hey, I tell you, and especially issue number 2, we were, I don't want to say concerned, but there was a lot of banging in that book, But it's all part of the story. It's not just gratuitous. It's not just like, oh, hey, let's start the scene off where she's doing this and doing that. It was a method to her training.
Yep.
It's a means of manipulation. She had to learn how to do that. How do you learn how to do that stuff? You do
Practice.
it.
Gotta
Right?
get them
Yeah,
reps
you
in.
practice. Get the reps in. Yeah.
Gotta get the
Yeah.
reps in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Audrey,
we,
number 2 is your favorite. Sweet. Love
we
it.
have the seed too, and I had seen Dolan had let us see an advanced copy of it before the FOC, and I saw that, and I was like, "You need to get this because
Yeah.
of it's right here." I didn't go in too deep into it. I was like, "Just trust me, you need to get it," and nobody was disappointed. Like she's saying right here.
Yeah.
Go on to the next one. Go on to our next comment.
And then there's that brutal scene with her dad on the cross, like at the same time. So in one issue, in 24 pages, you get both swings. You get the extreme sexuality and the extreme violence, but that was how they lived their lives too.
Yep.
You know, like it's like I said, it's not just gratuitous. It's a comic, of course, and we're taking a lot of creative liberties with it, but it's based in reality of the time. You know.
So coming up next year, can us on the West Coast, can we look forward to meeting you guys at a con one day? You know.
Oh man, so you're not gonna like to hear this, but we've had to cut back on some of our convention presence because I know. Well, especially the West Coast, bro. It's just to go to San Diego. I love San Diego Comic-Con. I mean, I went probably 15 years in a row. I went to that convention. I love it. I used to go to WonderCon, San Francisco Comic-Con. I go up there a few times. Love those shows out there, but it's 3 days out, 3 days back. You know, driving a van, flights. That's a lot of weights. Shipping freight over the mountains. Holy crap! Not only that, but just getting the space. It's a lot, man. So we're still gonna have a good. Denver may be as far as we make it next year to the West Coast. Emerald City's too far, also. Yeah, it's a little too. Well, once you're in the convention halls, you know, I kind of like putting our product in their face. You know, to like, hey, you want to complain about it? You want to? Here's a great thing about social media and the internet is you can always just keep scrolling.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
If you don't like something, just look away. You know, as simple as that. Anyway, yeah, man, it's going to be tough to get out there to the West Coast, bro. But you know, we'll see what may happen. You never know what the year brings.
Yeah, those con prices. I remember you talking about the New York Comic Con and the giant booth that you guys had there, and you even let know the price tag. I'm not going to say it here, but that was a pretty pricey venture for you guys.
That's 5 figures, bro, just to get in the door.
Yeah.
Good God.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I you know, just I'll talk a couple of numbers. I think my expenses with the artists I had and the Airbnbs, I had to get 2 Airbnbs. With the amount of employees that we had out there, including whatnot people and other stuff, I was easily 15,000 into that show before it even opened the doors. Easily. So, you know, talk about a risk. You're setting that booth up and you're going like, okay, I hope these books sell. You know, I hope people like what we're doing here because this is a thing. You know, this is a huge thing. You know, we do have some exclusive artist stuff going on too. Shikari is an exclusive artist with Merc Comics Elite and then one other store also, but we're gonna have the majority of his covers for next year. So if you're following the Merc stuff, the Shikari covers are just amazing. There's a new artist named Javakis. We're gonna have a lot of exclusive stuff from him. Piper Rudich is gonna be coming back to comics. We're gonna be having some of her stuff, most of her exclusive stuff too. So I'm trying to get a lot of these artists I just love and are a huge powerhouse for us and our fans. Get them committed to creating some great art. And they're loving it too, man. They're loving it. They love the fan support. They love the characters. And I'm flattered with some of the artists we have.
Yep.
Was that me? I didn't do it.
No.
Somebody stuttered.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
It's the CIA.
It was a little bit of a connection problem there, I think. But yeah.
I think he's drawing some heat there over there.
Yeah, let's go ahead and check in on, speaking of artists, see what we got going on, Phil.
I said trench coat.
It's like a Santa Claus.
Better not be Grifter. No more Grifter.
No, coat's too short on this one to be Grifter.
All right.
Looking pretty cool so far.
Old Man Phil Draws on Instagram, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, man, if you guys want to talk some weekly books, I can stick around and throw my 2 cents in if you want.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we can definitely get there. Let me
Sure.
go ahead and do my favorite thing that Spoiler absolutely hates.
You son of a bitch.
Oh yeah, he hates
Do it to
that I
me
put
every
that country
Tuesday.
twang to that intro for the top
It's not
10
even
award.
good country, man. It's like
Yeah.
generic. Oh my gosh.
It's
If
fine.
you're gonna do country, at least use Toby Keith. All right, can we just leave it at
It's
that?
fine. Speaking of which, I told you he stepped on my hand.
Toby Keith.
Yeah. I was in Afghanistan and I was at the bottom of the stage while he was performing there. He came by and he stepped a little close forward and I was taking pictures and had my hand on the stage and he stepped on my hand.
Nice. You should have got that boot imprint tattooed, man.
I know, right? All right, but we're gonna see what number 10 is. There's a couple of really interesting books on here, and then a whole lot of cover buys. Okay, we're at the end of the year. It's kind of light on all the FOCs and all the weekly stuff, so you're gonna see a lot of cover buys.
Everyone checked out already for the vacation.
Yeah.
Dark Web, Miss Marvel, number 1. You know we like Dark Web, so gotta get it.
Yeah, what have you been keeping up on a whole dark web thing?
Shawn?
Man, I wish I could read comics anymore. I barely have time. I do skim some every once in a while, but the dark web, from what I've looked at so far, it's been pretty good, actually. It's been pretty good.
That had to be really bad when you and Drew were doing the whole top 10 thing, going through 30, 40, 50 comics a week trying to get that show going.
It's a whole day, man. It's a whole day dedicated to nothing but reading comics. I just don't have time anymore, man. I miss it. I miss that top 10 show. I loved it. It was my favorite thing I've ever done in comics was our top 10, bottom 10 show. I miss it.
Yeah, it was awesome. I really enjoy watching all that. And I told him too, I was like, there was a point in time I was watching it and I left a comment. And it was amazing because like the next show you guys referred to my comment and made the change that I was speaking about. Because I was driving, listening to you guys just on my phone as I was driving, and I couldn't see what it actually was. And you guys weren't saying the names of them; you were just showing the books. And I was like, "Hey, how about you do?" And the next show,
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
Next show, sure as heck, he was like, "Yep, we're gonna start talking to the covers." So I was like, nice.
I remember that. That was a great idea, man. I didn't even think about the people that listen to the show. I was like, yeah, no shit.
Comes full circle. Look at that. Number 9. Mueve.
Nightwing number 99. This is cover E, the Fernandez DC Spawn cover. Again, a lot of these are going to just be your Spawn crossover covers. We know you guys like the Spawn covers. That's the bulk of what's coming out this week, okay? Definitely jump on this Spawn cover. Don't forget number 100 for Nightwing. That's going to be a good one, too.
This is the one with the three-legged dog, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Bitewing? Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh, come on. That one book where it was just from start to finish, it was one straight long panel of what he was doing, the entire thing. That was great. Going after to try and save Bitewing. That was awesome. I like that.
Three-legged dog.
So creative.
Oh yeah. It's you don't see crazy stuff like that, and I thought it was very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. You do you, boo.
Number 8.
Ocho.
Nice.
Right here, the Catwoman 50. Again, the Spawn cover. This is probably one of my favorite Spawn covers right here. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, the colors did a good job on this one with lighting on her all the way down from face to the whip to the gloves and on Spawn. Just didn't overdo it and didn't underdo it. I feel like it's perfect balance. And your eyes drawn right to her, right to the center of that book. Fantastic layout of that cover.
That is David Marquez. He always does great stuff.
Yeah, real good.
Number 7.
Lucky numero 7.
You ready for this spoiler?
What? Don't do it to me. Oh, yeah. Love this property. Love this property. Love
Yeah,
this
good
too.
story. Great story.
Oh, yeah. Young Yard Yo.
Junkyard Jose.
Jose, yeah.
Junkyard Jose. All Spawn covers, Audrey.
Spawn covers.
Alex, is that Image and DC or just DC? Because Image got a buttload of Spawn covers too.
He said all Spawn covers. I
I
think that
know.
encompasses DC and Image.
I know, but then he's going to come in and he's going to have a short box of comics waiting for him for 1 week, you know?
Yeah.
Well,
true.
what's cool is that's Geiger on the cover too. That was also created by Jeff Jones and Gary Frank, which a lot of people may overlook if you didn't read Geiger. Fantastic story.
Love Geiger.
We definitely called Geiger pretty early. We made sure that everybody that does our joins in our FOC show, we were like, you need to pick this up.
Good
and
call.
It's optioned already too. So eventually we're probably going to see it on some screen.
That'd be cool.
Number 6.
Safe.
Department of Truth, Wild Fictions Special number 1. Okay, this is it's reprinting Department of Truth number 10 and number 11, the Bigfoot storyline. And this cover, again, phenomenal cover. I like it.
See, this is one of those times where I talked a little while ago about, publishing a book enough to where the fans enjoy it, but you're not, whoring it out too much. I feel like this is one of those whoring it out too much moments. They just took issue 10 and issue 11, reprinted it, give it a different title, put a Spawn cover on it. I mean, hey, I ain't mad at them. You can get away with it, do it. I ordered a shit ton of these for the store. I mean, you Spawn with the American flag. That's great imagery. That's what I call a forever cover. That cover will sell for all of time. People will want that cover.
Oh yeah, just like that. What was it? The Clayton Crane cover where he's covered with the American flag around him. Oh, that's an amazing cover too.
Yeah. So, and hey, they reprinted 2 old issues. At least they did 2 issues, not just one. But hey, good for them. Good for them.
That book makes my head hurt. Oh.
Yeah, we're kind of blowing through these for you guys real quick. I know, I apologize, but
no, we're going at 47 minutes.
Yeah,
this guy's got companies to run.
No, I know.
We're good, man.
Hey, Toby, Spawn, is that Moon Knight or Spawn?
That's Spawn. This is a Spawn cover. This is another one of the Spawn variant covers.
But it looks like Moonlight though.
Well, that's, I guess, an old Japanese kind of take on the Spawn.
I'm taking the series.
I feel like this one they squished it in together. It looks like he should be. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody cropped it wrong.
Okay. In order to fit it on the image, I had to kind of bring it down. But this is actually it's a front and back. You open it all the way.
Wrap cover.
Yeah. So it's
nice.
It's a significantly more stretched out than what I have it here. But in order to fit it on there to get the image out there, I had to make a little bit of adjustment.
Nice. That's a badass wrap cover. I tell you, I love those wrap covers. I'm a sucker for them. I'll buy 2 copies every time.
Oh yeah. What do you think of the gatefold ones where they start folding out like a flip
book? I'm okay with the front and back because I can buy 2 and display them front to back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the gatefold ones. I feel like I got to wreck the comic to really look at it.
Yeah.
You never really want to ungatefold it all the way because you're afraid of damaging your book.
Yep. Exactly. That's another reason why I like connecting covers. They just did one with was it the Batman Joker Deadly Duo?
Yeah,
where it had Batman and Joker in a cemetery. That was cool connecting covers. I like that.
Yeah.
Now, what's your opinion on those oversized books like Black Label?
So I love the story format. I love reading them.
Mm-hmm.
I hate everything else about them.
Yep.
I hate they don't fit in the boxes. You got to have the weird boards and bags. Yeah.
And everything's back ordered.
Yeah, but opening that up and reading it, it's a fantastic read. The artists can kind of spread their wings a little bit and really stretch out, and interesting storytelling with the panel layouts, but everything else is annoying.
Yep, displaying storage.
I can get them graded.
Oh yeah. That's a vicious circle. I think from last week. I'm gonna jump into that right as soon as we're done here.
Yeah, it's nice. Like are we willing to sacrifice good storytelling for convenience? I think the answer is yes.
I agree.
Unfortunately,
Number 4. There you go.
Oh shit.
I hate Fairyland number 2. This is cover G. Scotty Young, awesome. I love all the stuff that he does. All the little cartoony characters, all that stuff. I can get them all.
Man, I haven't had a chance to read this. I love the last Fairyland series. If you guys haven't read it, all the watchers, viewers, everybody, man, go pick it up. Find the trade, read it. It's so good. I haven't had a chance to read this on in issue 2, so I'm not too far behind. But I can't wait to dig into this one.
Yeah, I didn't read the original one, so when I jumped in on number 1, I don't know if I was just lost or I was a little like, it's okay. So I haven't gotten into number 2 yet, but I probably should go ahead and read the first run,
especially if you like Scotty Young stuff. It's a quick read. It's not super deep. It's fun. The art is amazing on the inside. Over the top, violent. I mean, the premise is this girl is she's 30 years old, trapped inside the body of a 8-year-old or some shit. So it's hilarious, man. I love it.
Did you read The Me You Love in the Dark?
I know. I read the first issue and then I didn't get a chance to read the rest.
Oh, yeah.
I should read it, huh? It's good.
It's sick and twisted. Yep.
Okay. Nice.
Sick and twisted from the mind of Scotty Young.
Okay.
Nice.
I have to check that out.
Number 3.
Chris. Hey, look at that. Another Spawn cover.
Yeah, I've been enjoying Vanish a lot. It's a really good story.
Yeah, Drew likes it too. I haven't had a chance to read it, but he says it's in his top 10 every week.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah, end of the story arc for this one too. So, and it's Spawn cover. Get it. Number 2.
Dos. Yay, Mary Jane and Black Cat. This is the J. Scott Campbell cover. Get it before it gets canceled.
Yeah, this is where we get into the not cover buys for the week. This one and the next one. There's a reason for getting these ones. I mean, don't get me wrong, the covers are awesome. I got all the Spawn covers this week too. But this one, Mary Jane gets powers. So pick it up.
Some would say she gets enchanted. An enchanted body part.
And number 1.
Oh, no.
Nice.
Is that a one shot? I do believe so. Yes. Dark Crisis on Infinite Earth number 7, setting up all the big stuff for 2023 after we wisely averted 5G.
I haven't read this yet, but I'm excited to see what the shocking conclusion is.
First appearance of 3 new characters, right?
Yep.
I don't. Is it? I don't know.
Yes. This is.
Nice.
This is. Give me 1 second. That is the reason why it's on there.
Okay.
Is because it is a first appearance of.
Do we have a name?
I'm getting the name right now. It's a first cameo appearance. Okay, so we can go back and forth all day long on cameos, first appearances, all this other stuff. But of 3 unidentified characters, yes. And this is the finale event of this whole Dark Crisis thing. It has a really awesome George Perez. Yeah, that tribute cover.
Yeah, that wrap cover is so good.
Oh yeah, I totally love that one.
Yeah, he's on it too. Really good. That one's going to retain a lot of value.
Oh yeah.
Rest in peace.
Man, everybody's dying in the comics industry, man. I just saw another one last night. I was like, oh shit, he died too.
Last night, really?
Well, it was in the back of a comic. Those in memoriam ads they do. It wasn't Pacheco. It wasn't Tim Sale. It was somebody else just recently. I'll think about it.
And as y'all know, definitely give us a like and subscribe as I knock down all of my mice and keyboards and everything.
That was your chew spittoon, right?
No, haven't done that since deployment.
Afghanistan.
So, yeah, well, Iraq, but yeah, one of the couple that I did, anyways. But
one of those deserts.
Yeah, but yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. There's a website info. There's where you can find us, Comic Cult People, and there's that.
Nice,
Shawn. We really appreciate you carving out this time and hanging out with us.
I appreciate the invite. Appreciate you listening to me ramble on about some stuff there. Hopefully you guys got some good insights, some good scoop on stuff, and appreciate it, man. Appreciate the support.
No, it's awesome, man. It's awesome. I'm like I said, once you came on, I was kind of fanboying out for a little bit. I was like, I got some of this stuff.
And
I appreciate it, man.
Drew's doing really good stuff, man. You got lightning in a bottle in that kid.
Yeah, he's done a lot, man. He's even said the other day, he's like, man, I feel like I've just keep learning and growing, and that's the thing, man. We always encourage people to just keep mastering your craft, keep growing and learning and changing, and You know, when you stop growing, you start dying. So he's doing great, man. And I appreciate all you guys' support. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to make these comics. We wouldn't be able to make these cool ass stories. So I super appreciate the support, man.
You got it, man. Anytime you're going to come on, you have an open invite. Phil, what are you drawing? What is that? Oh, it's Death Rage.
I think it's Death Rage in the Sand outfit. That's super cool, man.
It is Death Rage. Sick.
That's great, man.
Oh.
See, I like how you play with his mask. A lot of people don't realize his mask is just a reflection of his whatever he's thinking or what's on the inside. So I love that, man. Great job.
Thank you.
And I can't wait to see that colored and everything. He does these kind of once a week on our FOC show, and we get kind of most of the way through him penciling, and then he goes and puts on his Instagram all of the shading and the ink work and all the coloring, and I'm like, oh man, I wish I could see that while we're on the show.
You want to do a 4-hour show? Let's do it.
Oh no, I'm good on that.
That's impressive, man. He just shit that out in 56 minutes, man. That's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, good job, bro.
Thank
All right,
you.
kids, we got to go. But as always, we won't be here Friday, no FOC, because this FOC is really late. But Shawn, once again, thank you. Thank you, Comic Cult Nation, and happy holidays.
And as always,
Thanks, guys.
later, Comic Cult Nation.